Good morning, this is Shelby Law with the Great Basin Fire Potential Briefing for Thursday, June 15th, 2023. The main fire potential impacts for the next couple of days continue to be showers and thunderstorms across mainly the south and eastern portions of the Great Basin, with some drying over the west and the northwest here. Those showers and thunderstorms really drop off over Utah by Saturday, with some um, drier southwest winds moving in. Precip and lightning for the past 24 hours is shown here. We did have a pretty good amount of precip overnight in northwest Utah, with some other storms over central Nevada and other portions of the state. A drier air has moved into the north over Idaho and northwest Nevada. Great Basin fire activity shown here, just some small initial attack fires over the past couple of days. Precip for the past 7 days is shown here with the inches on the left and the percent of normal on the right. It's still been a very wet week for Idaho and much of Nevada. Even portions of southern Nevada have seen above normal precipitation down there. Utah has been kind of a mixed bag with those values closer to normal. ERCs are shown here for a couple of sites, one in western Nevada and one in eastern Utah. Both of these areas are showing ERC values quite a bit below normal for the time of year. In fact, this PSA here in east central Utah is about 2 weeks away from its average peak, and those values are still quite a bit below normal. We do expect to see these values, especially over Utah and Nevada, increasing over the next week with some drier and warmer air moving in. This morning's satellite imagery shows that low that moved across Idaho yesterday, still in place, drawing a pretty strong cold front here into Utah and far southern Nevada for continued showers and thunderstorms and cooler temperatures in those areas. So for this afternoon, we can see that area of low pressure still dominating the weather pattern, with some drier air over much of Idaho and Nevada, and higher humidities with showers over much of Utah. So for the precip amounts here, I've got some healthy amounts over 1/10 of an inch expected over much of the higher elevations of Utah and even down into southeast Nevada. Gusty winds expected with those outflows from the thunderstorms, and then also up in the upper Snake River Plain here in western Idaho, we could see some gustier winds this afternoon again. On Friday, the weather pattern remains largely the same. The low will continue to move a little bit further eastward, drawing drier air into northern Nevada, or northern Utah, and some continued showers and thunderstorms over southern and eastern Utah on Friday. So again, expecting those showers and thunderstorms to pop up again over mostly Utah, down into far southern Nevada and western Wyoming. Maximum temperatures are going to be in the 70s for much of the east, central, and eastern half of the Great Basin. A little bit warmer over western portions of the basin where there's more sunshine and drying, and then of course warmer across the south as well. On Saturday, we begin to see another large low pressure system forming off the Canadian coast here that will start to impact our weather, beginning with bringing some prefrontal moisture back into Idaho and some winds out ahead of that also into Nevada. So on Saturday, we'll see temperatures, relative humidities remaining high across Idaho, but we do see some drying in Nevada with some gusty winds out ahead of that low. So RHs are going to be in the teens, again with gusty winds possible along the Sierra front, 25 to 35 miles an hour gusts there. 3-day precip totals shown here, really highlighting what we're expecting today and tomorrow in Utah up into Wyoming and southern Nevada, and then some precip possibly starting to come back in on Saturday across the north. On Sunday, that low drives further south off the coast of the Pacific Northwest. That will increase some wind speeds across Utah and Nevada, and also bring some more moisture into the north with this kind of stronger cold front ahead of that low. And then the low continues to make its way through the Great Basin early next week, keeping, again, southerly winds in place over Utah and Nevada on Monday. Could be kind of a warm day on Monday out ahead of that low. And then by Tuesday, as that low swings through, we'll see some cooler temperatures filtering across the Great Basin. More of the same is expected for Wednesday next week, with some generally drier conditions over Utah and Nevada and continued showery conditions across the north. 7-day precip totals are shown here. All this precip in Utah, of course, is coming in the short term, today and tomorrow. And then the extended for the weekend into early next week brings that precipitation back into the north. And the extended forecast for June 22nd through the 28th puts the below normal temperature bullseye over California, but keeps things cool across the Great Basin. And then we see above average precip moving to our north over the Pacific Northwest, and we may even go into a dry period towards the end of June across Utah and Nevada. And this concludes today's fire potential briefing. Please check back tomorrow for the latest updates.